welcome to Gentle Yoga today. I have a couple of announcements before we get started. If you're enjoying all of these classes, and Sue has been doing a really good job in the Wilderness Yoga Studio of bringing a ton of classes to you daily. If you would like to donate, you can. You can just find the link on the Facebook page to donate via PayPal. That would be great since we're not open right now and haven't been open for a month. It would be helpful. All of us as teachers are donating these classes for free to help you guys out. We want you to have your yoga during this time because we think it's so important. So we'll go ahead and get started today. Like I said, it's a gentle class. I'm using blocks, blanket, strap. You can use anything that you have at home that can help you out with these things. So you can just use a towel, or you can use maybe a belt or a necktie or something like that for a strap. I was thinking about this practice today, and I was thinking about how everything that we do in life, we're always on a journey. It's a continual practice and a journey of the journey that we're on. A few years ago, I ran a marathon, and it wasn't the experience of running the marathon that was the best of it. It was the journey that I took in practicing and preparing for the marathon that taught me so much about myself. And every single journey, every single thing that we do goes through a cycle. It goes through a cycle of birth or beginning, a cycle of growth, and then stability, and then some decline and decay, and then termination. Just like our asana practice. When we practice today, it's a cyclical experience. I wanted to read a quote to you from Sean Corn. I felt like this is such a great quote, and this is how we practice today. Our daily asana practice is a cyclical experience. It represents the cycles of life. The beginning of our practice is like birth and youth. Fluid, expressive, moving briskly from moment to moment. As we evolve into the standing poses, it reflects as we mature into adults, learning to stand on our 2 feet. We challenge ourselves, push our edges, exploring the boundaries of our strength, resilience, and patience. As we move into forward bends, the practice becomes more quiet and internal. Like us in our more advanced years, we reflect, restore, observe, and let go. Finally, the practice, like life, leads us into the moment of Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose, which represents death. Not death as in an ending. Death is a transcendence, liberation as a freedom. This is the cycle from birth to death, and each day as we step on our mat, we have the chance to begin again. So let's go ahead and begin again. Starting on your backs, find yourself on your back in just a comfortable place with your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. If you have a block, grab it and place it in between your legs. We're doing this so that your legs press into one another to stabilize through the hips. Draw the shoulder blades together underneath your backs and place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. Close your eyes and bring your awareness into your breath. And notice how you're breathing. Notice the natural state of breathing as you follow your inhale and exhale. Notice how each breath starts with this cycle too of birth, growth, stability, decline, and termination before the next breath is born. Begin to lengthen the breath. For today's breath, we're going to inhale for a count of 5, hold for a count of 5, and exhale for a count of 7. This breath is to bring us into a state of relaxation so that we can respond to our yoga practice today rather than reacting to any of it. Really taking our time to be present in the practice. I'll count the inhale, the hold, and the exhale for you, but if you want to, you can count it on your own. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale to count. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do a few more rounds of that on your own. Inhaling for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 7. It's called the 5-5-7 breath, and it's designed just to help you come into a place of easefulness, coming to a place of restful awareness. Now just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And then float open your eyes and take a moment to place your hands down on your mat, and we're just going to tilt the pelvis. Inhale here, tilt the pelvis forward, lifting the lower back off of the mat. Exhale, tilt the pelvis so that the lower back touches the mat. Do that a few times. Inhaling, tilt the pelvis forward, and exhale, lower back touches the mat, tilt the pelvis back toward you. Notice when you tilt the pelvis back, your abdominal muscles begin to really come on board. Do that one more time. And now, tilting the pelvis back so the lower back is touching the mat, keep that, and then extend your legs up toward the ceiling. Okay, it's still early, hamstrings may be a little tight, so you can have a little bend in your knees, but we're going to squeeze the block between your thighs. If you don't have a block, I know you have a pillow at home. Bring your hands behind your head. Clasp onto your head so that you're holding it like a basket. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up toward the ceiling. Keep pressing the lower back into your mat. But you keep your elbows out, just holding your head like a basket. Inhaling here and exhale. Keep squeezing the block. We'll do this for a few more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then lower your head, neck, and shoulders, but keep your legs up. Good. Now we're going to lower the feet just about 5 inches, okay? So just come to that place again. You can keep a slight bend in your knees, because if your hamstrings are kind of screaming at you, that's not what we want here. We're really working through the abdominals. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up again. Keep the lower back pressing into the mat. And breathe, inhaling and exhaling, working through our abs this morning. Keep breathing. Good. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders. Keep your legs where they are. Lower the feet about 3 more inches. Okay, this will be where they're going to stay. If your lower back came off of the mat, then move your feet back up so that your lower back is pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift up. Breathing, breathing. Good. Exhale, lower. Good. Bend your knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Keep squeezing the block. Bring your arms out to a T. So waking up the abdominal muscles here. Inhaling here. Exhale. Squeezing the block. Bring your knees over to the right. And bring your knees up toward the right elbow. And look over the left shoulder. But keep the knees off of the mat. Let them hover. Both legs and shins. And breathe. Nice deep breath. Keep bringing the knees up toward the right elbow. Good. We're just really firing up the abdominal muscles here so that they will awaken. Inhale, come back to center, and then over to the left. Keep squeezing the knees, pressing the knees over toward the left elbow. And you can look over your right shoulder if you want to. Keep the block between your legs, or pillow, or whatever it is that you have. Inhale, come back to center. Now, if you want to, you can extend your legs. This is going to make it a little bit harder, but it's also good to do, so you might as well try it. Bring your legs over to the right. Squeeze the block. You can look over your left shoulder. Good. You've got it. Inhale up to center and over to the left. Keep squeezing the block. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale up to center. Good. Bend your knees. Take your hands and place them on the outsides of your knees. Keep squeezing the block here, and then you're just going to take your knees around in these little circles while you're squeezing the block still. So circling around to the right is going to be very small. We really can't see it very much. Circle around to the left. Nice. Remove the block. Take your feet down to the mat, and now bring your arms up toward the ceiling. So pressing your feet into the mat now, notice how you have the regular arch in your back. So the lower back's not squeezing into the mat anymore. Inhale, bring your fingertips up toward the ceiling, and really stretch your shoulders off of the mat up toward the ceiling, and feel that, and then exhale and draw the shoulder blades back down so that they touch the mat. Notice what that feels like. Inhale, reach up like you're going to grab part of the ceiling, and exhale, press back down. Now with your thumbs pointed back behind you, inhale and extend your arms like you're holding a block back behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale here and extend your legs out long, flexing your feet. So feel this full length of your body, but you've got all muscles on board here. So really stretching out through the arms, drawing the shoulder blades together. You feel your shoulders, your hips, and the backs of your legs pressing into the mat. Inhale and exhale, feeling this length that you're getting. On your next exhale, draw the right knee in, wrap your hands around your right knee, right shin. So really squeeze it in, and then take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, draw the right knee all the way over and across. So maybe the right knee reaches the floor, maybe it doesn't, and that's okay. You can also have the right leg be on a block or a pillow. And then open up your right shoulder and look over your right shoulder and take some deep breaths. So breathing into this twist, feeling the expansion through the abdominal area and the expansion through the area between your ribs. Inhale and come back to center. Squeeze in. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms back up and overhead. So get yourself realigned, stretch long. Exhale, draw the left knee in. Hugging the left knee in, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and draw the left knee all the way across the body and over, and then open the left arm up. Looking over the left shoulder and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Good. Inhale, come back to center, squeeze the knee in, take another deep breath in. Good. On your next inhale, stretch long again. And now bring both knees in. Bring both knees in and lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, bring your nose to your knees. Good. Lifting head, neck, and shoulders, we're going to rock and roll up. So take your time, hug everything in, and rock and roll all the way up. Good. So coming to all fours, just come into a little cat-cow. So take your time coming into your cat-cow, whatever feels good for you. So we're really honoring our body every time we're here, opening up during this growth period of the cycle of our asana practice today. Inhale here, exhale, round the back, really lifting the lower back up toward the ceiling. Inhale, tilt the tailbone up toward the ceiling, park forward, head back. Exhale, round. So move with your breath and notice what your body needs. This is a good time to close your eyes and maybe shift your hips around, maybe bring your hips back, maybe turn your fingertips back to the back of the mat. Decide what feels good for you. When you close your eyes, you bring that awareness into your body so that you know right away what your body needs. And then come back to tabletop. You're going to grab your blocks, if you have them. Curl your toes under and walk your hands back. So we're curling the toes under, even the pinky toe if you can get it. And sometimes I have to really work at this to come all the way back to Vajrayasana, getting the stretch in the bottom of the foot. So you can hold on to your blocks back here because it may just be too much for your knees to be here. Draw the shoulder blades together. So this is option number 1. We're going to stay for 5 breaths, so make sure you're happy. Option number 2, bring your hands into prayer. Option number 3, lift your arms up overhead. So wherever you are, decide what's best for you. Really lifting make sure that you're not leaning too far forward, really lifting the crown of your head up. Breathe. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Bring the blocks forward, and then we're just going to step up. So stepping up, coming all the way to the front. So step your feet hip-width distance apart. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Lift the toes up. Look at them. Make sure that they're parallel. Bend the knees, and inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Standing in Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Bring your hands down by your side. Draw your shoulder blades together. Feel yourself rising up toward the ceiling with the crown of your head as your feet press into the mat. Take 2 breaths here. Notice where you are. How does your body feel? One more nice deep breath. Open your eyes, inhale, float the arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive forward, heart first. Hands on the blocks or on the earth. Inhale and come up halfway. Good. Exhale, you're going to take your feet a little wider than hip-width distance apart. And fold over your legs. So your hands are on blocks or they're on your mat, and your elbows go out to the side. Release your head and your neck. You can bend your knees if you need to, but we're going to stay in this forward fold. Release the head and the neck, maybe shake your head yes and no, and then you can also grab opposite elbows if that feels okay for you. You can sway back and forth, using the strength of the legs so that the lower back will begin to really release and let go. Release the fingertips down to the earth. You can place the left hand and left block right underneath your face. Press the left hand into the block. Bend the left knee. Inhale, open up the right arm. So open the right arm if that feels okay. If not, take the right hand to your hip. So really pressing the left hand into the block or into the mat like it's your 3rd foot. So feel that. Maybe you want to take a bind and wrap your arm all the way around. Inhale, lengthen. Keep bringing your head back, your heart back, the palate of the roof of your mouth back. Keep breathing. Inhale, lifting the arm up toward the ceiling again. Exhale, bring the right hand forward like you're going to reach to the wall in front of you. Feel the stretch, and bring the right hand all the way down. Straighten the left leg. Moving the block back, fold center. So in this wide leg Uttanasana, we're just folding here, elbows out to the side. Breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Take a deep bend in your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Straighten your back, lengthen through the crown of your head, and come all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. So we have this wide-legged pose still going on. Inhale, arms rise. Good. Exhale, swan dive forward. Folding over your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze out halfway. Good. Exhale, you're always moving with your breath. I'll remind you to inhale and exhale, but it's always what your breath is doing. So now right hand comes down right in front of you. Bend the right knee. Take time to set up because we're really using this right hand to press down into the block or the mat. To turn open, really draw the left shoulder back, the left arm up toward the ceiling, or left arm reaches behind to take a bind. Keep moving the shoulder open, the heart open, the head back. Good. Steady the breath, steady the mind. Keep breathing. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, lifting the left arm up, and exhale, lower the left hand back down. Bend both knees. Good. Bending both knees now so that your chest is almost touching your thighs, or maybe it is touching your thighs. You're going to just turn your toes out to the side, and you may have to move your feet a little bit. Turn your toes out to the side, so notice how that gives you room in your knees. So now you have room, so you can begin to squat your hips back. So my hips are coming back. So now, hopefully, my hips are parallel to my knees. Okay, if yours aren't, that's okay. You could be up here or wherever it feels comfortable for you. I'm lengthening my body forward. Now bring your fingertips out in front of you. Clasp your hands. Squeeze your biceps between your ears. So you're looking down in front of you so that you can feel the lengthen your spine as your legs are supporting you. Good, nice deep breaths. Inhale here and exhale. Lift your toes off of the mat. Press the rest of your foot into the mat evenly. And ready? Inhale, we're going to press into the mat and come all the way up. Good. Lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Good. Bring your feet closer together and shake them out. Nice job. All right, so we are in a growth period, right? So experiencing part of the growth of the asana practice. So let's continue to do that so we can get some stretch in our bodies. So you may want to use some strap or whatever it is that you have that's at home to help you move. We're going to work through opening up through the side body. So bringing your hands out in front of you. I'm going to face you so you can see me. So you're going to take your hands down so that your fronts of your hands are even with your hips. So pulling the strap almost apart. Inhale as you press your feet down into the mat, lift your arms up. So really lifting up. Keep pulling the strap away from each other. So you're pulling your arms away from each other. So feel that. Inhale here, take your hands over to the left. So taking your hands over to the left and take your hips to the right. So feeling that nice stretch through the left side, the right side body. Look up toward the ceiling if that feels okay. And then inhale, come on up. Keep your arms up. Keep pressing your feet into the mat. Lift up a little higher. Exhale over to the right. Send your hips to the left. Good. Keep pulling the strap away. Keep pulling your hands away from each other. Look up toward the ceiling. Feel the opening in your left side body. Good. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, bring the hands down. Take the strap behind you. So you're going to take the strap behind you. The palms of your hands will be forward to the wall in front of you. The backs of your hands will be behind you. So it looks like that, okay? So feet are hip width distance apart or wider. So whatever feels good for you for more stability. Draw the shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees. Good. So you notice what that feels like. And then begin to come forward, come halfway. So as you come halfway, if it feels okay, go ahead and go the whole way down and then begin to bring your arms up and overhead. Keep pulling your arms, your hands away from each other. Good. Take deep breaths here and then maybe it feels okay to straighten your legs. Good. Nice deep breaths. Bend your knees. If you don't have a strap or a necktie at home, you can always use a towel to do this. And then remove the strap, place it down by your side, and come on up to standing. Good job. So you can move that stuff off of the mat. You'll have your blocks up at the top of your mat. And we're just going to move into a few warriors, okay? So feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift your arms up toward the ceiling and stretch tall. Exhale and fold. Hands on the blocks or on the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. We're going to step back, bring the blocks back even with your toes if you're using them. Step your right foot back. Take it all the way back to so that the toes open to the right side of your mat. So we're going to have a wide stance here, preparing for warrior one. Inhale. And bring your arms to your hips, straighten your left leg. So I like to do this so that I can make sure my hips are both pointed forward for warrior one. So preparing for warrior one, and it doesn't feel tweaky on my knee. Take a look at your feet for a minute. Really press down with the big toe mound of the left foot and the pinky toe mound of the right foot so that you have the whole foot pressing into the mat, and then make sure that the hips are pointed forward. And then inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, and bend your knee. So bend the left knee. Good. Feel yourself in this warrior. We're going to move a little bit in it. Inhale here. Exhale. Straighten the left leg. Open your heart. Bring your arms into football goalposts. Inhale. Bend the knee. Arms up. Good. Do that a couple more times. Exhale. Straighten. It requires balance, doesn't it? That's why I said take your feet wide. Inhale. Good. Exhale, and inhale. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, clasp. So you really have this nice groundedness and inhale, open your heart. Exhale, come forward. So lengthen long. Good. And then release your hands to your block. Straighten your left leg. Now scoot your right foot up about a whole foot. So just step it up. Pyramid pose. Really scoot your left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale here, exhale, fold over your left leg. Good. Fold over the left leg. And inhale, come up. Good. Coming up halfway. Pivot the right foot, bend both knees, and step the right foot forward. Fold over your legs. Fingertips to the earth or to your blocks. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way back up. Arms up. Good. Exhale, hands down to heart center. We'll do the other side now. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands on the blocks. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, bring the blocks back even with your toes, and step the left foot back. Take the time to set up, because you know you need it for your balance. So take the left foot back, open the toes. When we're ready, we're going to inhale and just straighten the right leg to see what that feels like, and really moving the left hip forward as the right hip shifts back, just like in pyramid pose. And then bring your arms up. Inhale your arms up as your right knee bends. Good. So keep pressing down with the pinky toe side of that left foot. It kind of wants to come up. Good. Exhale, straighten your leg. Coming into football goal post with the arms. Inhale, arms rise, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten. So do a few more of these. Just take it at your own pace. Move with your breath and just notice how your body feels. Coming into this growth, almost to the stability point of our practice, where we're feeling a little bit more open and stable, just like we do in life. Good. All right, stay in warrior one now. Bring your hands back behind you, clasp. Take the goofy clasp, the one that you didn't do last time. Inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, come forward. Good. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Release your fingertips. Straighten your right leg and step the left foot forward about a foot. Inhale here. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Send the right hip back as your left hip comes forward for pyramid pose. Inhale, come up halfway. Pivot the left foot, bend both knees, and step forward. So adding on, exhale and fold. We'll come into this flow again. Inhale, arms rise. Good. Exhale, hands down to heart center. So I'm going to be counting it with your breath. Inhale, arms rise, but you move at your pace. Exhale, fold, heart forward. Swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. Bring the blocks back even with your toes. Step the right foot back, open the toes. Preparing for that warrior one setup. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Arms rise all the way up. Good. Exhale, bend the knee and open into cactus. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, open to cactus. I think I did this the other way the other time. That's okay. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, open. Good. Keep the knee. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bring your hands back behind you, clasp. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, come forward. Humble warrior, but except for we're going to keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten the left leg and hop the right foot forward. Okay, we'll add on a little bit here. Inhale here, exhale, fold. So you're going to bring your blocks flat to either side of your left foot. So preparing for a little twist here. So you get to choose, all right? You can take your right hand to the right side of your left foot or to the left side of your left foot. So if you take it all the way across to the pinky toe side of your left foot, it's a harder twist, but maybe it feels better to come into revolve triangle. On the right side of your foot is a little bit easier, okay? And it's a little bit more stable. You get to decide, and you're at home, so I don't know what you're doing. Whichever one is totally fine. Keep breathing here as you revolve and balance, finding stability in this pose. Take your hand around and bind. Your hand to your waist. Exhale, release, and fold. Bend both knees, pivot the right foot, bend both knees, step forward. So this would be the place where somebody would be telling a joke in class. I know it. Except for I don't have any jokes. Inhale, we put Tony on here with me. Exhale, hands down to heart center, because he would be saying something about now, wouldn't he? Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, heart leads, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees. Step your feet back, so you're stepping back with the left foot. Preparing for warrior one. Inhale, the arms rise and straighten the right leg. Exhale, bring the hands into cactus or football goal pose, bend the right knee. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend. Good. Do a couple more of those. I think I did it in the reverse the last time, but it's okay because it's good for you to do both. All right, keep the knee bent. Inhale and lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back behind you. Clasp. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, come forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten the right leg on your inhale as you step the left foot forward and straighten the right leg. Good. Fold over your right leg and we'll prepare for this revolved triangle. So preparing for a revolved triangle, you can plant the left hand down on either the left or the right side of your foot. Once you plant it down, it's like your third foot there. Inhale and begin to open up. Good. Really twisting. You can come into the bind if you want to. Hand on the waist, wherever it feels good. Keep breathing. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Bring the blocks back up. Pivot the left foot, bend both knees. Step to the front of your mat. Exhale and fold. Take your feet wide as the mat. Fold over your legs. And just take the tops of your hands and place them underneath your toes if you can reach. And press your feet into your fingertips. So this just gives you this, believe it or not, it's this energetic connection here. You probably feel it. You're making this connection. It gives you more stability to be able to fold a little bit deeper. Nice deep breath. Bend your knees. Place your hands on your thighs and inhale, come on up. All right. So now we're coming into a more stable part of our practice. We've kind of opened ourselves up. As we come into stability, we'll practice balance, right? Because that's what it requires to stay stable, is balance. So coming into tree pose, if you want to, you can use a block for tree pose at home. You can use your wall. You can take your left hand to your wall. Come onto the ball of the right foot. You can turn your right knee open, and you can just place your ankle, your heel to your ankle. So that's an okay tree pose. It really requires you to balance. Or you start to work up the leg. Take your foot to your calf, bypass the knee, because we don't ever want to mess around with the knee, and you can come to the inner thigh. So bringing your right foot up to your inner thigh, really press the foot into the thigh, press your palms into one another. Inhale and arms rise. Good, palms face each other. Exhale, bring your arms out to a T. If you can, look up. I'm not looking up, but if you can, look up. Good, nice deep breaths. And exhale and release. Shake the foot out, switch to the other side. Coming into balance practice. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Really spread the right foot out. Maybe the ankle and heel touch. Maybe you come to your calf. Or maybe you bring your foot all the way up onto your thigh. Bring your hands into prayer. Wherever you are is totally fine. Remember, we can't see you, so you can be doing it even on the ground with your back on the ground right now. Lift your arms up. palms face each other. Keep breathing. Bring your arms out to a T. So feel the wobble that's happening in your right foot. That is totally normal. It means your brain's working. Isn't that great? Good. And exhale, release. And shake it out. Nice. Okay, so here's where if you have a wall at home, we might use the wall for this next one. Okay? So I know you have a wall at home. Okay? I know you do because your house has walls. So find your wall. Hopefully you can see me over here. So you'll hold on to the wall with your left hand. Okay? So holding onto the wall with the left hand, and that's really just to get you stability. We're just opening up a little bit through the hip. So pressing the left foot down into the mat, bend your knees. Take the left hand and place it on the wall. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. You might be right here, and this is as far as you go. Notice what that feels like in your body. Then you can begin to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. If it feels okay, extend your arms out in front of you, coming into this balance. If it doesn't feel okay, hold onto the wall, but sit a little deeper. Otherwise, arms are out in front of you. We're just going to stay here for a few deep breaths. Feel this opening, really flex the right foot. Press your left foot into the mat. Inhale, come on up. Good. So you can do that a number of ways. If you were struggling at home, you can also sit with your bottom against the wall. I don't know if you can see me from over here. And you can be here. Okay? So this is another way that you can do it. You can also do it on your back. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Right fingertips are against the wall now. I turned. So I'm going to ground down with the left foot. Bend the knees. Ground down with the right foot. Bend the knees. Take the left heel over the right knee. And then begin to sit back like I'm sitting in a chair. I can hold onto the wall, or I can bring both hands out in front of me. Nice deep breaths. Really flex here. Holding onto the wall, or both hands out in front. And then inhale, come on up. Exhale, release. Good. Let's take it down to the mat. So just come down to take a seat. You can do it however beautifully you want to. If you normally sit on top of something, you have a blanket underneath you, extend your legs out in front of you. Extending your legs out in front of you, flex your feet. Take your fingertips behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, and exhale, bring the chin down to chest. So taking these nice deep breaths here as we begin to settle the body back down, reflecting on our practice, reflecting on where we are in our life right now. Inhale here, lift your head back up, and begin to walk your fingertips forward. And maybe you grab your feet, or maybe you have to use your strap or your towel. Whatever it is that you have, you wrap the strap around the feet, or you can bring your hands out to your feet, okay? Keeping the feet flexed, inhale here, exhale and fold. As we come into this place where we are a little bit more silent, we can be a little bit more introspective, noticing the subtle feelings in the body here. As you're in this forward fold, where's your body talking to you? Take a moment to scan your body, feeling into the head, the neck, the shoulders, the hips, the mid-back, maybe your hamstrings, your feet. Take another deep breath, sending your breath into these places to release the tension. Noticing that the tension that is in your physical body is sometimes tension that is in your emotional body. Asking your body to give you the messages that you need to be receiving. Inhale, come on up. Take a moment to bring the soles of your feet together. Coming into Baddha Konasana. So don't worry if your knees are up a little bit here, that's fine because the soles of the feet are connecting. So connecting the soles of your feet, hold on to the outsides of your ankles, and then open your feet like pages of a book so the pinky toes are touching. Begin to open the feet away from each other. And as you do that, as you press your pinky toes into each other, you might be able to open a little bit more. Inhale here, and exhale, begin to fold forward, just bringing your heart forward. So continue to bring your heart forward as we press through this pose, stretching out through the inner thighs, the adductors. So nice deep breaths here. So there's no need to push, there's no need to force, but you also know your edge. I'm not with you at your house. You know where you can go. You know what your body can do. So taking yourself to that place where you're getting a nice stretch, but you're not forcing or pushing too much. Continue to lengthen your breath. And inhale, come on up. Take your hands to the outsides of your knees and bring your knees into one another. And bring your feet a little closer to you, really hugging your knees in. Like we started out at the very beginning of class. Clasp your hands. Squeeze your knees in. Feel yourself in a little ball. Inhale here, lengthen. And exhale, bring your nose down toward your knees. Maybe your knees can go in between your ears, or your ears can fit in between your knees, I guess. And taking deep breaths here, maybe feeling that spaciousness that's provided in the lower back. And then inhale, look up. Good. So, getting ready to prepare to come back down to the mat. Make sure that you have a few things out. Maybe a strap is nearby if you need it. Your blanket for when you might need it in a little bit. And take your heels toward the end of your mat. And let's have a little bend in the knees. So we're going to kind of curl the body like a capital letter C. So place your hands underneath your knees. Go ahead and curl your body. And we'll lower down. We're going to take our time, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Lowering down one vertebrae at a time. And if we were in class, we'd have a contest on this, right? So who would win the contest? Be thinking that in your mind. Who's the person that would win it? You know, I'm thinking Carol Mason. I'm not sure if she's watching. I know she always is one of the last ones down. Okay, bend your knees. Bring your arms up and overhead. And this time, just float them overhead. We're preparing for the end of the practice, but we still have time, so it's not like this is the easy time. This is just, we're on our backs again. Coming back to the place where we started, take a moment with your arms overhead to just rock your knees back and forth from side to side, noticing any comfort or discomfort that gives you. Feeling comfort or discomfort in the lower back, the knees, the hamstrings, the glutes, any of those places. Noticing our body, like I said before, is always a messenger to us. The tension we hold in our body is a lot of times tension that we are holding in our lives. Our body is a mirror and reflects to us all the things that are going on in our life in so many ways. Keep breathing. Bring your hands down by your sides. So coming into bridge pose. All right, bring your heels back. Draw the shoulder blades together. You're going to press the backs of your arms into the mat. Press your feet into the mat. And then bring your hands up like little robot arms. Looking up toward the ceiling and keep drawing the shoulder blades together. As you press the backs of the arms into the mat, lift with your heart first. And then as your hips lift, your knees come forward. So feel that forward action in the knees. And then keep pressing the feet into the mat as you keep lifting your hips up. So if it feels okay for you, bring your hands underneath and clasp them together as you draw your shoulders even closer together. We're going to do 3 of these. So find that you're in your happy place wherever you are. Glutes are on board, but not too much. Hamstrings on board, pressing the feet into the mat. Keep lifting up. Keep breathing. Nice deep breaths. And exhale. Lower back down, but bone by bone, like you're really rounding through the back. So really feel that nice lower back down. your knees in. Don't do it yet. Keep drawing the shoulder blades together. Again, come into the little robot arms. Press your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, clasp the arms underneath you. See, can you lift up higher? I know you can. There's always more space than we think. Good. Instead of thinking lifting up higher, maybe thinking bringing your knees closer to the wall in front of you. And exhale, lower down again, bone by bone. Good. Release resist the urge to pull the knees in. Take a breath here. We have one last one, so make it your very best one. Again, you can press the backs of the arms in so that you lift up here first through the heart, then the hips. Knees come forward. Clasp your hands together underneath you. Lift up a little higher. It's the last one, yay! And exhale and lower down. Okay, so now bring the knees into your chest because it's going to feel good. So really bringing the knees into the chest, rock back and forth from side to side. Place your feet down on the mat and take the right foot and cross it over the left ankle. And then take your hands and press your hands into your thighs, pressing your thighs away from you. So press your thighs away from you. Notice how that gives you some space. And now rock back and forth, side to side. So the space that we're talking about is not space that you're acquiring and putting it into your body. It's space that you already have in your body, but you're experiencing compression due to gravity or whatever, or sitting on the couch forever while we're in this whole waiting period, right? So we're really trying to just get the space back that's already there, releasing the compression. All right, keep the legs crossed, bring your arms out to a T, and you're going to take your knees over to the left. Taking the knees over to the left, step down on the mat, or on the floor with your right foot, so feel that. And you can, as you're stepping there, you can kind of feel a nice stretch through the right hip. Press the right knee away from you. Look over the right shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back up. And keep the legs where they are. Take your knees over to the right now. This is a little different. Now you're going to press the right foot into the left thigh. Getting the stretch there. Inhale, bring your knees back up. Extend the right foot up toward the ceiling. Flex the right foot. Bring your toes to you. Good. Keep pressing the left foot into the mat and keep bringing the right foot back towards you. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Good. Notice how strong your right foot is. Right leg. Good. Bend the right knee, place it on the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Take your hands, press them into your thighs, press your thighs away from you. So feel that. You get a little lengthening. It's kind of nice if you have a person at home with you right now who can press away from you for you too. Or you could teach your dog, I guess, to do a trick, right? Good. Keep breathing. I don't think the cat can do it, but but maybe one of your bigger dogs. No, I'm just kidding. Good. Bring your arms out to a T. Inhale and take your feet, just keep them where they are, but take your knees over to the right. Stepping onto the ground with the left foot, press the left knee away from you. Do you feel that opening through the left hip? Looking over your left shoulder or right, whatever feels good for you. Just keep breathing through this. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, keep the legs where they are, but just move over to the left. Pressing the left foot into the right thigh. Okay, looking over the right shoulder, if that feels okay for you. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, come back up to center. Press the right foot into the mat as you inhale and extend the left leg up toward the ceiling. So really flex it. So you have to use all your muscles on this leg. Flex the toes, bringing the toes back toward you. Heel up toward the ceiling and keep pressing the right foot into the mat. Notice how your abdominal muscles have to be on board for this. Inhale here, exhale, lower down. Nice and slow with your exhale. Good, and then inhale, bend your left knee. So preparing for Shavasana. So I'd like to lead you through a little Yoga Nidra as we go through Shavasana. It's a little Yoga Nidra, only be 5 minutes long. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to make yourself comfortable. So you can use a bolster place a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees. You can place a blanket underneath your head, whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm going to be sitting up because I'll be leading you through this yoga nidra and I want you to be able to hear me, okay? So I would like for you to be in a reclined position, or you can be lying all the way down if you like to do legs up the wall, whatever your comfortable Shavasana is. So if you can make yourself the most comfortable, even if you're in your recliner at home, that might feel great too, okay? Begin to lengthen your breath, just bringing a deeper sense of connection. And with your eyes closed, go ahead and release that breath. Coming into the natural rhythm of your breath. Bring your awareness into your body. Release your analytical mind, release the thinking mind. Come into the felt sense, the physicality of your body. Open your senses up. The things you hear, smell, feel, the air touching your skin, the cool or the warmth of the air. Feel the surface that's supporting you. Feeling the whole back plane of your body resting against the surface. And with each exhale, maybe feeling yourself sink in a little deeper into this surface that's supporting you. Feel yourself as being held, both physically and energetically. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head, feeling a beautiful white light pouring in through the crown of your head. Moving down over your forehead into the space between your eyebrows, helping you completely and totally relax. Feeling the heaviness of your eyelids. Bringing your awareness to the back of your neck and your shoulders. And imagine that you're letting go and releasing any tension with each exhale that just sink further down into the earth. And feel that the earth is taking all of that stress away, replacing it with energy. Feeling the subtle energy of that beautiful white light making its way down the front and the back plane of your body, helping your body rest, relax, and stay calm. Feeling the heaviness of your body as it begins to sink even deeper into the earth. Bringing your awareness into your arms and your legs as you feel them get heavier as they release any tension anything that the muscles may be holding on to, just release and let go. Feeling complete support now from that beautiful white light that's surrounding you, moving throughout your whole body, from head to toe, completely supporting and cocooning you for the rest of your Shavasana practice. Slowly take a moment to begin to lengthen your breath and place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your left hand. Feel your heart beating. In yoga, we're always talking about the mind-body connection, and that is the connection right here at your heart. It's always there. We just sometimes forget. Feeling this connection, this heartbeat, as you feel with each pulse, knowing that this is your connection to your self-love, self-compassion, self-gratitude. When we feel these things for ourselves in our body, then we can share them with others too. Take a moment to open your eyes. Inhale and bring your arms up toward the ceiling, stretch long. And exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And then just move either to your right or your left side. And take a moment to come all the way up to seated. And once you're there, bring your hands in front of your hearts, pressing your palms into one another. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's just my honor to be here with all of you, bringing this yoga to you today. You can watch it anytime. It's recorded on our Facebook page and on YouTube. Namaste, everyone.